What's up guys, it's Austin here from Mutation Creation. On this week's Showcase Saturday, we're going to do the Hypo Clown. So this is a double recessive project, and here we have a breeding size female who actually happens to be het pied as well. It's changing the pattern a little bit, but the colors you're getting here in the overall pattern is pretty much what a Hypo Clown looks like. Has that really nice clown pattern where it has that really nice dorsal stripe, the pattern along the sides like your typical clown. Right away you can notice the hues and colors are a lot different. You have a lot more purples coming in here, grays, and then all the tones are just really washed out and looking amazing. I just love Hypo inside of other recessive projects like Pied, Clown, and Ultramo, and getting them all four together in the future is something we're working towards here at Mutation Creation. And we just got a couple of different Hypo Clowns that I thought this week we could show you those and just explain to you what each gene is doing inside of the Hypo Clown. So let's get into it. Here we have a breeder female Enchi Hypo Clown, and Enchi and Clown is really cool. Gives you this head stamp here where it reduces a lot of the head pattern and also reduces a lot of pattern inside of the clown. You're getting a lot more chaining on the sides and some bands coming over into the dorsal, just like you're seeing here. And Enchi Clowns tend to be very tan color, almost brown. With the Hypo in there, brought a lot of nice tones into the dorsal here. When this thing was a baby, it was glowing. As you know, a lot of ball pythons, when they get older, they start to wash out a bit. But Hypo is one of those genes that really saves it from washing out and turning into one color. Still holds the contrast. You can see those really nice lines just around the dorsal, brightening it up, giving you that contrast with the sides, gray and green tones. And just a really cool looking snake, and we actually hit some combos with Enchi and just a whole bunch of other genes in there. We're going to get to those a little bit later and pretty much work our way up through the project and what we have here. I think there's only 8 animals to show today, but I want you guys to comment down below right now what other double recessives you guys want to see. We have a lot of dreamsicle stuff, a lot of Hypo pied stuff, and a whole bunch of other double recessives, or even a single gene inside of a recessive. Like if you want to see yellow belly clown combos, let us know and we'll get that for you next week. But for now on, let's just go move on to the next snake. So if you take that last Enchi Hypo Clown and add lesser to it, you get an Enchi lesser Hypo Clown, and you could just see how much lesser added to this and helps brighten up and change the colors throughout the snake. Enchi lesser clowns tend to really wash out, especially into adulthood. So if you were to compare this to just an Enchi lesser adult clown, you can see how much Hypo is helping here. Brighten up, keep the tones really nice and light, and even helping out with some of the colors too. We have this really nice orange dorsal here, really high white flaming up the sides, even though there's no yellow belly in here. And then of course we have that really nice yellow and orange tones throughout. Once again, we have that Enchi head stamp. And Enchi and Clown is one of those really overpowering genes. I think Spot Nose and a few other genes really do change it up. But generally, Enchi Clowns are going to be a very reduced snake with just a very nice dorsal and a lot of chaining along the sides. The lesser does break it up a little bit, giving you a little bit more banding over the back, but still a very beautiful looking snake. Now, taking the Enchi lesser Hypo Clown even further, this is an Orange Dream Fire Enchi lesser Hypo Clown. So adding the Orange Dream and the Fire really made the colors pop, especially on the side. They're a lot brighter than the last one. And even the oranges inside of the dorsal are so much softer and so much prevalent. They look really cool. You even got some purple tones over here. And you do notice that the head stamp did change a little bit. It still looks like that Enchi head stamp, but Orange Dream does change the head stamp inside of the clown. So does the Fire. And together it kind of gave us that scuba diver look on the head, which is just really cool. And I just love all the really soft tones in the snake. They blend together so well, and especially at the tail here. I just love what we're seeing there. Orange Dream is one of those genes that really goes and changes the tail pattern a lot. Usually it has a lot of dragging and a lot of color towards the tail. And that's exactly what we're seeing here. I just love the purple tones. Even those 3 dots by the tail there, just super cool. And you can see how much more it cleaned up the Enchi. We're not having as many banding coming over the back. Orange Dream is one of those, once again, that chains. So does Enchi. So having those two together will give you a really clean looking clown. And then of course with the Hypo on top, the colors are just so soft. All the blacks are gone, and it gives you a lot of purples and orange tones. So taking our Enchi Hypo Clown project one step further, this is one that we just hatched out here. And this is a pastel Enchi Orange Dream Fire Lesser Hypo Clown. And it's the exact same thing as that last one, just adding pastel into it. And you can just see how much pastel contributed to the snake and how much better it made it look. The yellows are popping a lot more. There's a lot more vibrant purples in here, especially at the borders of that dorsal. It's still very clean with the Enchi, and you can see pastel also changed that Enchi head stamp. Pastel Enchi clowns tend to have a couple of dots and usually a little bit of that Enchi head stamp look, but when you add Orange Dream, Fire, and Lesser on top, it really washes a lot of it away, and it left us with this really cool, almost naked looking head here, which is a couple of dots, which I really like because yellow, purple, and oranges are my favorite colors in ball pythons, and seeing the yellow and purple with that really nice contrast is definitely looking cool. So here's another snake that's actually sibling to that last snake I showed you. This one doesn't have the Enchi or Lesser though, so this is a pastel Orange Dream Fire Hypo clown. And Orange Dream inside of Hypo clowns look really cool, especially because of all the really nice hues it brings in. If you look towards the tail, like I was saying earlier, Orange Dream tends to really reduce the tail pattern, add a lot of color into it, and you can see just all the chaining on both sides towards the tail, and then just how much more vibrant colors are inside of the dorsal here. You got some purple tones, you got a lot of yellow, and even some orange coming through on the snake, just making it look really cool. And another thing Orange Dream actually does inside of clowns is, you see here we have like this almost alien head here. Looks kind of like a bear, but you see how it looks like an alien head? Orange Dream tends to take those and break them up and give you a lot of single ones, like what you're seeing here, here, and it just gives you a lot more cleaner pattern too. You notice some of them don't actually have the alien heads inside or the spots, and just makes the snake look really cool. Then of course we have Pastel and Fire in here, really giving us that really bright head stamp. And once again, the pastel clown adds the dots on the head stamp and kind of erases the normal clown look. And then we have Hypo in here, just making all those hues blend together, giving us a lot of purples, oranges, and making the yellows pop that much. We kind of still have a little bit of blacks, but I'm sure with a little more age, the Hypo's going to come through, turn those gray or purple, and just make the snake look amazing. So if we take out the pastel from that last snake, we're left with Orange Dream and Fire, and that's what we have here, an Orange Dream Fire Hypo clown. And without the pastel, I really like the look of the snake. You have a lot more greens, orange, and purples coming through, and the whole snake just looks amazing. Once again, Orange Dream gives you those single alien heads on the side, and some of them really clean with no pattern, and of course the dragging towards the tail, and a little bit more hues in the tail as well. You see how bright that orange is right there compared to the dorsal over here. Just a lot more brighter, but we still have some really nice orange hues throughout here. And that's the Orange Dream and Fire together. When you have them together, it kind of works like a co-dominant desert ghost or enhancer. It really brightens up the look of the snake and cleans it up as well. And then we have that Orange Dream Fire head stamp there on the clown. Usually it reduces a lot of the pattern and gives us a little bit of a diamond stamp in the middle of the head there. If you have other genes in there like Hypo, it can change it a little bit like what you're seeing here. And of course we have the Hypo in here, which is making all the colors turn that grayish green tone, making the oranges pop a little bit more, bringing in some purples, and that really nice flaming up the sides as well, the white flames, just making the snake look really cool. This girl's almost breeding size. She's probably a couple of months from breeding, a few more meals, just to gain a little bit more girth, but she's definitely old enough to breed for us, and can't wait to go and see what other Hypo clowns we can make with this one. And the very last Hypo clown in today's video is going to be a leopard Hypo clown. This is something that me and Billy actually hatched out in a split clutch a couple years back, and he's been a really good breeder male for us ever since. And I really like leopard inside a Hypo clown. Leopard clowns look amazing. There was a big craze for them a couple of years back, around 2015 to 2017. And when you add Hypo into it, it definitely turns the leopard clown up a notch. Leopard usually reduces a lot of pattern inside of the clown, gives you a really nice solid dorsal stripe, and then a lot of chaining and spots throughout the sides, like you're seeing here. But I noticed with the Hypo, it kind of broke up the chaining a little bit and actually cleaned up a little bit as well. All those black colors you see inside the leopard clowns here turn into this really nice purple and gray along the dorsal, and then all the browns turn into a really nice grayish tan tone. And I love the spots that leopards get inside of clowns along the sides. When you add the Hypo, it just gives in the green and purple tones into it, making it look that much cooler. And the head stamp on leopard clowns are kind of similar to Enchi clowns, where it reduces it and gives you a little bit of like a sword look, a caliber sword look on the head right there. And I just love the purples in this snake. Can't wait to go and produce some more. He's also possible het pied. Haven't bred him to a pied yet. Wasn't able to actually prove him out to some hets. This year we're getting him to a visual pied just to go and prove him out. Fingers crossed that he proves. But I want to know in the comments down below which Hypo clown was your favorite in today's video. We're going to be producing a lot more this year, so stay tuned for the egg cuttings and updates to see what we produce. Comment down below to see what genes or what combos you would like to see in future Saturday morph videos. But that's going to be it for today's video. Hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and we'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace out.